so our boat right now it's called the Rio Dulce in Guatemala. And so we sailed from Texas to Mexico to Guatemala last year. Then we went to Roatan, Grand Cayman, back to Mexico, and then back to Guatemala this year. And we put the boat there. We left the boat there in July, flew back to the States for 4 months, and then we just got back to the boat right after Thanksgiving. So we've been on the boat for the past couple of weeks there, just, getting it back in order and everything. And from there, last week we took a bus on Wednesday from the Rio Dulce to where we are now, which is in Flores, which is the little island town that you go if you want to go to Tikal. Yeah, because they have all the shuttles are from Flores to Tikal on all the tours.
I'm loving it.
So, yeah, that's how we got here. It was about a 4-hour bus ride from where the boat is to where we are now.
Correct. And so if I was traveling there by jet, because a lot of our viewers fly everywhere, they're not big time captains like you and your boo. So they need to know, if I fly in, where do I need to fly? If you know that, so if I will find it for them. But if they wanted to fly and get to call into the places that you're going to talk about, how would they do it by air? Do you know?
That's a TikTok video that somebody said they flew from the States to Guatemala City. That's where the big airport is in Guatemala. You go to Guatemala City, and then you take a smaller plane over to this area. But I don't know exactly where. Yeah.
Well, you helped a lot of people out with the Guatemala City Airport. And so that's going to help get people where they need to be, because we're about to dive in. When you first got there, since it's your second time, when you did this trip, did you do something the same time? Did you do it already before, or this your first time seeing those areas?
This is our first time coming here.
Okay.
Yep. So, while we have the boat here, we try to explore as much of the mainland as we can. I have posted in the past, we went to Antigua, Guatemala. I don't know if you saw that. And there's 3 volcanoes there that you can hike up. And we did an excursion where we rode on horseback up this one volcano. And they have a thing at the top where they make fresh pizza. And they serve you pizza, and they make s'mores because they use the heat from the lava on the rocks to do this stuff. That's a really cool trip.
Oh my goodness. What was your first wow moment today, this trip? Like, what was the wow moment for you?
Oh, definitely Tikal.
Okay.
It's amazing. The animals, you see monkeys, you see like toucans. Oh, wow. If you're lucky, you can see a jaguar in the wild.
Ooh.
We didn't get to see one this time, but people have seen them before. And just the sheer size of this park. It's actually a national park. Tikal is. And the amount of ruins that they found there and uncovered is incredible.
So, I'm gonna get really deep, because I'm gonna tap into your sales pitch. If you were trying to get someone to go to Tikal or Guatemala, what would be a 30-second pitch, or even 10-second pitch, that you would tell them that they need to go? How would you tell them in that salesy,
I don't know. I have to think about it. I don't know if I can do that on the fly, but I mean, Guatemala is absolutely just gorgeous. The jungles, you have mountains, you have lakes, you have rivers, waterfalls, everything in nature that you could ask for. Plus the food. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
The food is amazing, and the people are just so sweet.
So that's bringing me to, I always ask people, because I'm like party travel. So at night, I'm always looking at your pictures. Believe it or not, if you're listening to this, she has an amazing Facebook channel where she documents all of this. I see where y'all always turning up some type of way. You know, y'all in a pub or y'all finding some friends that's like-minded. How is that in Guatemala? How has that been?
Oh, there's plenty of nightlife in
Okay.
Guatemala. These people like to party.
Oh,
So
okay.
the drinks, and let me tell you about the cost.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. It is so affordable here.
So give me an idea, a drink or a plate.
Well, like let's say just a frozen margarita that would normally cost you at least $12 or something in a nice place in the States is like $5 here.
Get out.
It's like old school price. And then they have happy hours on top of that.
Hush.
So the money here is called quetzales, and they call it Q for short. So 100 Q is about $13.
Oh, wow. So I could be a millionaire. I can come in there just balling.
Live like a king.
Live like a king. That's like Bali.
Queen.
That's like Bali. So you can go in there and just buy you some stuff. You can eat off of $3, one person.
Exactly.
So what was the most unforgettable spot at night? I guess I can say that for now.
On this island, we have probably where we went last night. It was a rooftop place that was on the 5th floor. No elevator, so you do have to climb stairs.
Get ready.
5 stories. But hey, we're getting our steps in.
That's right. And what's the name? Do you remember the name of it?
Yes, it's called Mangoes.
Oh, I like Mangoes. You know, they have one in Cancun.
It's a rooftop restaurant. Yeah.
Miami.
It's a rooftop restaurant and a hotel. Okay. I can't remember the name of the hotel, but the restaurant's called Mangoes. And they have a DJ in there, and they were rocking great music. And the decor is really cool. And you have views of, the island, the lake. This island's so small, you can see the lake from anywhere on the island, practically.
So I'm going to cheat. That picture and I am going to eventually do all of the Fresh Off the Jets with visuals soon. Just pictures or whatever. But the picture you showed where it's the island, right, with all the little houses. My question to you is, did y'all get to see that, like, up close? Did you get to go there to that island?
That's where we are staying. That's where our hotel is.
Hush. So that boat ride is you going there. Remember you had a boat ride video?
The boat ride us across the lake to a peninsula, to another piece of land, a peninsula, where we did the uphill hike to that tower. And from there, we could see the island that we're actually staying on.
Oh, got you. Because I was just like, this is amazing. And I digress. The best part of your day trip was probably Tikal, that whole, or was it something else that you liked during the day when y'all got out to do something?
Well, here on the island, basically it's just walking around. There's tons of restaurants, and there's, you can do the boat tour. It's real laid back here on the island.
Okay.
Yeah, it's real laid back and relaxing. It's just fun to walk around and eat and drink, and there's little shops you can go in and buy all kinds of stuff.
Now, I can cheat on these questions. Are you ever?
I said that hike up to that tower was pretty awesome.
That's what I liked, because you could see the tips of the pyramids. Is that the pictures you showed where you could see the top of the pyramids?
No, Tikal is about an hour and a half from here.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I like the street. I like the streets, the way that they're so narrow.
Oh, I know. They're so cute.
Yes, like Cuba. I always say Cuba now, but it's like those streets in Cuba and some of New Orleans streets.
Yes. My friend said it reminded her of Colombia.
Oh, I believe that. Cartagena.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I'm almost done with this part now. We're going to hang up from here and talk some more business because I finally got some business to talk to you about. Um, so, what's your best drink that someone should order at the Mangoes? Since we're going to make that the topic, the spot.
Oh, I had this. It was called an Aurora margarita, and it had a double shot of tequila.
Oh my gosh!
My favorite, probably overall in Guatemala, is hibiscus margaritas.
Oh my goodness! You giving them the game.
So good.
And then your most Instagram worthy moment, like what was that picture? Because I can go through the pictures, but what picture have you probably not shown that's Instagram worthy? Where were you?
Oh, probably in Tikal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I took a picture of Russell at the top of one of the temples, and he climbed up there.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about Tikal as compared to like Chichen Itza in Mexico. Mm-hmm. And in Tikal, they let you just explore on your own, and you can actually climb a lot of the temples and a lot of the structures, which is really cool.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, I always ask this question. What's the funniest story from this trip that you can share with people? Get them laughing.
Well, I don't know how funny this is, but it probably looks funny. When we were going, hiking through the jungle in Tikal, it had been raining a lot. So it was muddy. Mm-hmm. And I slipped on the mud. And I did kind of a pinwheel.
to try to fake it off.
To catch myself.
Yeah.
And so, and there was a man standing there, and he was actually our guide. He just happened to be standing right there, and he caught me.
Oh.
Or else I would have fallen down, probably.
Oh, my goodness. It got all muddy.
But I did pull a muscle in the back of my leg, and we had quite a bit more walking to do, so that part was not fun, but
no.
It probably looked pretty comical when I was trying to catch my balance.
Right. You tried to play it off, but had that saved you from getting messy. Last 3 questions. Would you do it again? Would you do this trip again? Not the fall. Would you do this trip again?
I probably wouldn't go to Tikal again. But I would definitely come here to Flores, the island again.
Okay. And why?
I just love the vibe here.
Okay. It's
just so relaxing and so chill, and almost every restaurant has lake views, and you have all these rooftop places, and there's nightlife, and they have even a little area where the locals hang out. It's like a park kind of, but it's on basketball courts, and they have their big church right there, and they have their big Christmas tree set up over there, and it was playing loud Christmas music with the tree, the lights on the Christmas tree, like going to the beat.
Get out.
Yeah, I have a video of it. It's cool.
Yeah, I would love to see all of that. Promise me that you're going to work on this YouTube channel if you need guidance or help real quick. But your friend gave you the right guidance. It's CapCut, because this is the stuff that people want to hear and see. My final question for you is, this is that the viewers know, the listeners know, I did not book this trip for her, and that lets you know anyone is invited to this podcast, Fresh Off the Jet, whether you book with Young Lifestyle Travel or not, because I'm nosy and I love to be nosy about travel. Okay, So, so I can't ask her the question I ask everyone: "What? How could I have made this trip more special?" But I will ask you this: if you were to hire a travel agent, or if you had any tips for those that are traveling, what would you tell them right now, like to make this trip, easy for them? Where to stay. You've already said it, but just kind of sum it up.
Um, I don't know because I personally didn't plan a lot of it. The tour and all of that was planned by one of our friends
Mm-hmm.
that went with us.
Yeah,
So I was just kind of along for the ride.
those are the best
But
ones.
I would definitely use, if I needed a travel agent, I would definitely use you, um, you know, to book this kind of stuff because it just makes it all easier.
Yeah, and I will make sure it's itemized for you. Set it up, make it just a click of a button where you're not guessing. Where you're going. But I appreciate that plug. And that's it. You have just did the first fresh off the jet sailing edition, so it's fresh off the boat. But and I truly appreciate you breaking down this area, Guatemala, Tikal, and Flores, because I like the party travel vibe, and I think Flores has that with the mangoes. So I'm gonna have people calling me saying, book me," and I have to thank you. So that's it for
Yes, yes.
Fresh Off the Jet. Peace and love.